All right, we got a fun one here with Space Doughnut today. Not only are we doing our topping guide, but we got a times two, and we'll talk about that here today in the episode. So thank you for tuning in as always. Appreciate the likes and the subs. For those of you that are newer returning, what we do is we break down Space Doughnut here. We also go into the topping guide. We give you some tips or tricks there as well. We take Space Doughnut out for a run with the Cookie team. And last but not least, we pull it all back together. Now that is available to you down below in the timestamps. If you happen to have a question or comment throughout today's episode, do let me know because I love to hear from you. Feel free to swing by the Discord server and enjoy today's session. All right, so with that, let's see what we got going on. So first off, we got Space Doughnut here, one of the brand new cookies. This thing's a charge frontliner, does all kinds of stuff that we're excited to break down here today. As you can see, I have him Space Cookie leveled all the way to 75 already. I'm super excited about this because there's a couple of key reasons, and again, that's why we're doing two of these in terms of the topping guides here today. So let's go ahead and check out the Doughnut Beam. So this sucker's got a 12-second cooldown. It fires the Doughnut Beam, dealing damage, reducing the target's defense, and amplifying debuffs they receive. Now hit targets will turn into donuts, excluding bosses and cookies. The targets will receive extra damage if they are already afflicted with defense reducing debuff. When the targets turn to donuts reach a certain number, Space Doughnut will use a Super Doughnut Blast, rolling over the enemies, dealing damage and stunning them. Space Doughnut does not take damage while using their skill, so that's perfect, not using their skill. Doughnut Beam damage here, cookies up to 6 hits over 1.3 seconds, 81% of single hit damage, 47% of extra damage to targets under defense reducing debuffs, others up to 6 hits over 1.3 seconds with 70% roughly of single hit damage, almost 100% of extra damage to targets under defense reducing debuffs. Defense reduction minus 40% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 1 time. Debuff amplification 20% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 1 time. Doughnut transformation 2 seconds. We got Doughnut Blast triggers at Super Doughnut Blast triggers at times 10 Doughnut transformations, Super Doughnut Blast damage, cookies 310% of attack, others 388% of attack, and then stun for 1.5 seconds. Ooh, that is all kinds of donut goodness with Doughnut Beam right there. So very excited about that. It does a ton of things, as you can see. Let's go ahead and move into the toppings. So the first one that matters for us in the toppings, certainly you're going to want to use, and if you go down to your filter here, resonant toppings. So these are the moonlit toppings. Very, very important here. That's the first piece and biggest tip I can give you for Space Doughnut here. And the first thing that we want to be on is 5 solid almonds. So 5 solid almonds is going to be the typical traditional way for our cookies of the same type that are frontline chargers, reducing damage, being a tanker. That's going to be huge. So that is one of the reasons why you want to do this, and is the preferred method of, again, topping for Space Doughnut. Now the second one here is in particular to one thing here in CookieRun Kingdom. We actually go with 5 chocolates or Swift chocolates. Moonkiss chocolates or Moonkiss again, but your typical chocolates here, because you do want to reduce the cooldown for essentially the Abyss. And we'll talk about that here on the channel a little bit later, but you can check that episode out soon. That is the key piece and why we have a second set of toppings and have done it for this particular one, because right now Space Doughnut is a crucial part of the Abyss team. So first off, what are you going to want then? Because we always talk about this in your bonus effects. So as you can see, the bonus effects go up with the Moonkiss. Very, very powerful here. In terms of our Moonkissed almonds here, additional damage resistance is huge. Additionally, as you can see in the other one, we want that cooldown. Attack's great. And then the crit percent is great as well. Something else to think about, attack speed and crit resist really being that second set there. And as you can see, we got damage resistance, cooldown, attack speed, cooldown, crit percent, attack speed, attack, crit. Here we got damage resist, crit percent, crit resist, cooldown, and crit. So really probably in the middle there. Certainly we can tweak these things to be a little bit better. This particular set, we do want more on the damage resist. We do have only 2 or 3 of them. Could do a little bit better on that space. We do get some cooldowns, which is nice, there and there. So those are, and there's another one to keep in mind as well. So those are the 2 big ones that you want to really focus on, at least for Space Doughnut. Preferably again on the almonds, that damage resistance. Now when we move over to the Moonkiss chocolates here, definitely again crit percent, more cooldown is great. And then also that damage resistance in terms of that tank is going to be really, really helpful here for survivability and those things. So very, very powerful. And that is the topping guide for us. Certainly if you don't have any of the Moonkiss, you can use your typical chocolate or almonds there on the regular toppings in order to set yourself up for success with the solid almonds or the regular chocolates. So, all right, there we go. That is the breakdown of Space Doughnut and the toppings ×2 for you. Let's go ahead and move into a run here with the team, because that is always what we like to do to show how things work. Let's go to story mode. Our favorite one here, Hall of Enlightenment, 829. Let's go for a run with the team. We are ready. And let's go ahead here and break it out. We're going to edit. We'll put our Space Doughnut smack dab in the front of it all. Once we find you, I love that. All right, it's never gonna get old. All right, here we go. Let's go for a run with the team. I will turn off the auto and we'll go a little bit slower so that we can absolutely see Space Doughnut's stuff here. Well, we'll keep auto on. Oh, not auto on. I lied. All right, we got a first fast clear. All right, Space Doughnut, you are up in your donutty form. There we go. Uh-oh, we didn't see it go down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll get the next one. There we go. Donutized. Might have needed to go to a little bit bigger because he's at 75. There we go. And we're running, and we're running, and we're running. Donut beam immune. No! We did get our donut beam off. We didn't get to see the specialty thing that happens there. You'll have to stay tuned for that second piece that we talked about with the Abyss Guide. So, all right, that is the donut, and the donut is a crucial piece of that Abyss team, like I mentioned, at least for right now. Certainly something that you can add and put some effort behind, or investment behind, into that particular donut. Space Cookie. I got a problem saying cookie, but I like just calling it Space Doughnut, just like the Schwarzwälder. Anyway, all right, here we go. So to pull us all back together, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We gave you 2 key toppings in the topping guide and why. Again, the traditional one, and then also one for the Abyss. Additionally here, the Space Doughnut broke down this particular cookie for you. There, I said it. Cookie for you here today. In terms of the charge front line, gave you the ultimate move and talked through some of those things, the guide, and ran through the level. Got to see the Space Doughnut beam there, which was perfect. Unfortunately, we'll have to stay tuned to see it fully in action. That's a hint for you there. So with that, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the likes and the subs as always. If you have a question or comment from today's episode, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Feel free to swing by the Discord server and other great ways to support the channel. All right. Well, thank you, and we'll see you again soon. Until next time, Mythras out of here.